Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on Stargirl Season 2. So all of the DC TV shows, like, Arrowverse associated ones or the CW associated ones, whatever you want to call it, they're all back up and running, and the last one to actually get going for its latest season was that of Stargirl, which at this point in time would be about a week and a half into filming roughly. But even though they were the last ones to really get going this season in regards to filming, funnily enough, they are the ones that have actually revealed the most in regards to casting and various things like that. So we found out about a week and a half ago, it might have actually been on the day that they actually started shooting season 2, or maybe the second day of shooting, whatever it was, so yeah, whatever. But yeah, we found out on the day that The Shade and Eclipso had been cast with Jonathan Cake and Nick Tarabay respectively in those roles. Now along with those two castings, or confirmed character castings, there was also another casting, that of Issa Penarejo. However, she was cast in an undisclosed role, which whenever that is the case, especially in like a comic book or just well-known source material based show or movie, it gets the brains ticking and just the brains ticking of people that are familiar with it and wondering who that could potentially be, what character that is. Because there is a reason they are keeping that character disclosed, or undisclosed, might I say, for the moment. They are playing a well-known character for the most part, 99% of the time. Now, myself and a good amount of other people jumped on her being cast as Jennifer Lynn Hayden, aka Jade, aka Green Lantern, aka the daughter of the original Golden Age Green Lantern, that being Alan Scott. Now, obviously, last season we had a few interactions with the Green Lantern battery, with one of the bigger moments being when it was like pulsing with green light in one episode, which caught Pat's attention and sort of led to Courtney being busted for taking all the JSA artifacts. But we were told and basically promised that the Green Lantern stuff would be coming, just not in season 1. So let things play out in season 1, and we'll see what happens, in the near future after that. And, well, we weren't waiting too long, because in season 2, it looks like we got some proper confirmation that it's coming thanks to something from set and the filming of Stargirl. So several days ago on Instagram, there was a thread of posts on Yvette Monreal's account. She, of course, plays Yolanda Montez, aka Wildcat, on the show. Now, these posts were just the cast hanging around doing goofy things, just all that stuff you would expect, during, when they're not filming, they're just taking a bit of a break. However, one post on this thread caught a lot of people's attentions when it was posted, and it was this post right here, which is a photo of Issa Penarejo, the new cast member playing, for us the public at least, an undisclosed role. And you might be wondering, why did it catch people's attention? I can't say anything. And it was because of what was on her hand here that is holding the cup. It's on her middle finger, and it appears to be a Green Lantern power ring. Now, as soon as this was noticed by a few people, it spread pretty quickly, at least on Instagram. And the telling thing that proves that this actually is a power ring and actually pretty much confirms that she, or Issa, would in fact be playing Jennifer Lynn Hayden, aka Jade, aka Green Lantern, was the fact that Yvette Monreal deleted the post of her story a couple to a few hours later. Now, this was most likely when they had another break in filming and she saw the reactions to that post on her story, or she may have been told, like, yo, you made an oopsie, you should delete it. But yeah, by that point in time, as it was like a few hours later maybe, it was probably too late. Now, as I said, they were filming episode 1 at this particular moment in time, and they could still be now. I'm not too sure how Stargirl's schedule is. I would assume they're probably still filming episode 1, but regardless, at the time that that photo was taken, it was definitely episode 1 filming, so she is there from the get-go in season 2, but also with the ring on. Now, this brings up a couple of questions just involving this character in general, and that's, well, we'll go through them. We'll go through them right now. So with the ring, does she wear it normally? And I think based off this, you would have to say yes. She probably just thinks it's like maybe a family heirloom. That's what I would assume it is. It's like a family heirloom, or at least she knows it's from her father. Maybe it's the only thing she has left that belonged to her father, so she wears it every day, is really protective of it, everything like that. So it wouldn't surprise me too much if that's the case, or that's the road they're going down, if it lines up with something else we'll bring up in a second. But yeah, by looks of this, basically, she wears it normally, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, the other big question is, obviously, she wasn't in season 1. Hello, we know that. So you would assume that she's a new student at Blue Valley. I think the actress is about 2021, which lines up with the other ages of the majority of the actors or actresses that play kids in Blue Valley. So I would assume that she's also a new student here. So is she drawn to Blue Valley by the Green Lantern battery when it was pulsing last season? As I brought that up earlier, you know, when it drew Pat Dugan's attention. Was that the same time that maybe she got a connection? So it's like, oh, what's happening here? Or maybe she was near it in some capacity. Maybe at that point in time she moved into Blue Valley and just didn't go to school for a bit. Who knows? But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me too much if they connect that pulsing from season 1 to maybe being reciprocated by her ring, and maybe she just gets a feeling about Blue Valley, or maybe it's just a coincidence that they move to Blue Valley, or she comes herself. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. There's no real hints here. Now, with the character itself of Jennifer Lynn Hayden or Jade, will they change the origins? Now, by this, will they change that she's not, or that she is now not, Alan Scott's daughter on the show? Does she have like no affiliation with Alan Scott in general, and the ring comes from somewhere else, and she just has a connection with it? They could do that. I would say I don't like that, just because you sort of have to like make up your own connective tissue there. It's fairly easy if they just go, oh yeah, Alan Scott's daughter, that's why she has the ring. It's like a family heirloom and various things like that. I think that'd be the easy route to go down. You don't have to explain it too much. And also you can cancel like having to cast a dad on the show, because, shouldn't be laughing, but yeah, dead dad. So wouldn't have to cast it, and just add some emotional factor and, just some emotion around it. And also legacy. It continues the whole thing of like legacy on the show, which would be really, really cool. But speaking of family, but outside of Alan Scott, or just Alan Scott in general, obviously in the comics, her mother is Thorn. I don't think they're going to go down the Thorn route. They could, but I don't know if they would. Although they could do that, and then maybe her mum isn't very nice. So maybe then she has issues with her mother. So maybe they could do that if they wanted to. But another big question is her twin brother, Obsidian. Will he be a factor on the show? Now, Obsidian, if you watch Legends of Tomorrow in season 2, he was in that. He was the guy, like you will see him on screen right now. Like he made the darkness, everything like that. That's her twin brother. I think he might be mentioned, and he could even appear on the show, but he might just not be anything close to, that Obsidian that we might, or could eventually see, or that we even saw on Legends. So that's a question mark. I think she needs to be the focus, but maybe Obsidian in season 3, who knows? But yeah, this is all like a question mark on it, outside of just knowing who she is. So in regards to story and stuff, that's for us to wait and find out. But outside of uncovering that undisclosed role of Issa and confirming she's in fact playing Jade, we also got another casting announcement, and that was the casting of Thunderbolt, aka the genie inside the pink pen. Now this is a voice role, as the genie will be CGI when it appears or comes out of the pen, and the pen I guess will just speak most likely most of the time, I guess. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see how they do it. But anyway, in regards to the casting, Jim Gaffigan has been cast in the role of Thunderbolt for season 2. Now, some of you might recognize him. He's done a good amount of just like guest roles in comedy series, and just mainly like stand-up and some movies, and his own series on TV as well. He's fairly well known, especially if you're American. You should probably know him if you're American and just watch a good amount of TV or comedy stuff. Now, this was a bit of an out of the blue casting. Like, I wasn't really expecting anything like this, but it's a welcome one. But a character description was attached to this casting, so let's go over that. Thunderbolt is extremely powerful. The wishes he grants often cause more trouble than the wish asker would ever expect. But despite his somewhat constant supernatural disasters, the Thunderbolt's heart is always in the right place, even if it is wounded by the friends he has lost throughout his long existence. Now, with this character in general, I don't know if it's going to be like a ridiculous sized role in regards to voice. I think it might be somewhat similar to what we saw with Chuck in season 1. So sometimes you might just hear whoever holds the pen, which we'll get into in a second. Maybe they just converse and we don't hear them a lot of the time. Similar to Beth, when she talked to Chuck, sometimes we didn't hear Chuck back. But then there were episodes where Chuck talked a lot through the goggles. So it might be similar to that. If anything, that's probably what I would guess, but who knows? But in regards to Thunderbolt as a character, could we get flashbacks to previous holders of the pen, such as Johnny Thunder? We could get an episode with that. I don't think it's necessary, but it would be cool just for like, just to see it. Let's be completely honest, just to see it. Now, the big question comes, are they going to have Jakeem Thunder, or are they going to go with another character? Someone like Mike Dugan. I know a lot of people, for some reason, want Mike to get the pen. I don't. I want Jakeem to get it. The show's been very accurate with most of the translations of the characters from page to screen. It would be super random to change the hold of the pen up, or at least if you have Jakeem there, because he's already name dropped in season 1. If you remember, Mike name dropped Jakeem. Didn't say his last name, which is Williams, and his older sister is most likely Jenny Williams, who was like Cindy's, well, I guess, ex-friend now, from season 1. So they're already like, they've laid out Jakeem existing here. So it'd be weird to introduce the pink pen and not have Jakeem get it. Unless they want to chuck like a, I don't know, a wrench in the works or something and give it to someone else. But just give it to Jakeem. Come on, just give it to him. I'd rather Mike not get it. I'd like Mike just to be Mike. Let him do his own thing. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But Jim Gaffigan is the voice. I'm all for it. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on what we went over in this video. Do you like the casting of Jim Gaffigan in the role? What do you think about the pretty much 99.7% confirmation of Green Lantern or Jade in this season? Let me know all your thoughts down there in the comments. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.